Good afternoon, everyone. Merry Christmas, by the way. How are you doing?
Yes,
We'll be continuing the topic electronic configuration. And again, I'll be giving a lot of examples today, right? Just to, go deeper or or to understand more about the topic, right? So again, I'll be sharing my whiteboard and continue with the discussion. Can you see my whiteboard screen now? My shared screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? We will write the suborbitals. S P Alexa, turn on open. SPDF.
TES Radio 5.
Alexa, turn on open.
TES Radio 5.
No.
Live.
So in the S suborbital, how many electrons does it, the maximum amount of
two,
electrons contain? We have
Three.
three.
Was it three?
three.
Two?
Two, sir, two.
Two. Yes, correct. It's two. In the S suborbital, it's two. Okay. How about in P?
Three.
Three. Let me erase this one. Put it somewhere. Um, Three.
Six.
P. F. Okay. It's six. Okay. How about D?
12.
Well,
I,
10.
it's 10. Correct. It's 10.
10.
How about in F suborbital?
12, sir.
It's 12,
11.
11.
Was it 14, sir?
Yes, precisely. It's 14. Okay. 14.
14.
Again, start here. 1S, 2S, 3S, 4S, 5S, 6S, 7. In the P suborbital, we have 2P.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
What is this topic called?
electronic configuration. 2P, 3P, 4P, 6P, 7. In the D, we have 3D. 3D, 4D, 5D. Are you still with me? Good. Please turn on your camera. Please prepare there. You download a periodic table of elements.
Sir, chronic configuration, right?
Electronic configuration.
Electronic.
Yeah. Was the illustration there clear, everyone? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's continue with electronic configuration. Now, let's go back to your periodic table elements. Okay. What element, for example? Can you give me an element?
Boron.
Boron. Okay. The atomic number of boron is? What is the atomic number of boron? The atomic number of boron is
5, sir?
5. Okay. Can you see my shared screen? Okay, it's 5.
Yes, sir.
So let's find out the electronic configuration of boron since it is 5. Boron
Excuse me, sir.
5. Yes.
Where'd you get the illustration?
What game illustration? My periodic.
Yes.
It is actually my tool when I was still in college. This one? I can give
Yes, sir.
you one. I will share it in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
I'll send it today now. Wait.
Okay.
I'll try to send it now so that you can follow. Okay. Chat box. Wait. Okay. There you go. Wait. It's still sending. Alright. Going back, the number of boron is 5. So since it is 5, we need to gather the maximum number of 5 electrons. Alright? So let's start with 1s. How many is the maximum number, maximum electrons that the s orbital can contain? We have 2.
2.
Okay. 2s. Oh, you need to follow the direction. 2s. 2. Okay. And next is 2p. 1. Which will total to 5 electrons all.
5.
Okay. Correct? So again, your boron belongs
Yes, sir.
to group 2p. 1. If you're going to look at group 2p1, you can actually find boron there. Okay. Group 2P1. Okay. Where is 2P? 2P is in here. 2P1. So this one. The boron is in here. Okay. You're going to look at also your periodic table elements. It's correct. Right? Any other elements? For another example? You want another example?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what element?
Mercury daw, sir.
Mercury. Okay. Right, I'll erase this one. Mercury has how many has an atomic number of? Mercury has atomic number of? Take a look at Mercury there. What is the atomic number of Mercury? 80.
2.0.
80, but it is under transitional element. So again, you split the transitional element because it has a different computation when it comes to electronic configuration. Right? You stick on the group 1A or the group A. Okay? Any other element except mercury?
Iodine.
Iodine. Okay, iodine has how many, or what is the atomic number of iodine?
53.
Okay, it's 53. It's in here. Okay, iodine is 53. So let's find out the electronic configuration of iodine. Okay. Okay, iodine. Iodine has an electron as, what is the atomic number? 50?
53.
53. Correct? Was that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So iodine has an atomic number 53. So let's start with 1. Who can volunteer? Who among you here can volunteer? Okay. You dictate. I will write.
1S.
Okay. 1S what? Okay. What's next?
2S.
Oops. How about the number of electrons?
8. 1.
Okay. 2. Again. And then next.
2s2.
2S2. Okay. Next. What's next?
2P3. P6.
P6.
6.
Correct. What else?
3S2.
PS2. Then continue.
3P6.
3.
P6.
Correct.
Then 4S2.
4S2. Correct.
3D10 sa 10.
3. D.
D10.
Okay. Next.
4P6.
P6, correct?
Then 5s2.
5s2, correct?
4d10.
4d10, correct?
5p6.
5,
p6.
5p6. So how many electrons do we have now? How many electrons? We have 10, 20, 30, 48, and
53.
53. For sure. 10,
Are you on?
20, 30, 38, 48. We have 54 all in all, right? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
5p, 5p,
5p2.
5p2,
6.
6. What else?
5P1.
P1. If I will put 1 here, how many electrons do we have? This is 5p. So you count again.
53.
You count again. 10. Okay. 20, 30, 38, 48. Okay, we have 48 all in all, right? 48. So how
Yes,
many
sir.
electrons is lacking there?
So 5p5.
Okay, correct. It's 5p5 to
5.
make 50.
So, sir, if it's not koan, sir, you have to adjust the last part.
Yes. Okay. If you're going to look at also your iodine belongs to 5p5. Okay. I'll share again my illustration.
When writing that, sir, is it always sequence like that?
Yes. So 5p5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Iodine supposed to be here in group 7A. Okay. Take a look at your periodic table. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Group 7A. Okay. It's correct. Question so far with electronic configuration before we continue?
No, sir.
Any other questions? Clarifications?
No, sir.
That's good. Hopefully, you really understand the concept of electronic configuration. Okay? Let's continue with the discussion. I'll be sharing my screen again. Okay. We are done with this. So let's continue. Can you see my shared screen now? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The lowest type of subshell is the spherical subshell, starting from N1 or equals to 1 with a single orbital, maximum 2 electrons. We already discussed this one in action. Next is the N2, which contains 3 orbitals with the same energy, total number of 6. The third type subshell, N3, which has a total number of 10 electrons. The next higher subshell is the subshell that begins with N4, which has the 7 orbitals with total number 14 electrons. Aufbau principle. This is the one. In filling up electrons across orbital, the electrons occupy first the lowest energy level, followed by the higher energy level. Okay, that is actually what we are doing with a few discussions until now. The principle of building up in the order of increasing level orbitals is called Aufbau principle. Diba? We started with 1s1 or 1s2, 2s2. It is actually Aufbau principle. Pauli's exclusion principle. In filling up orbital, remember that there can only be a maximum of electrons with opposite spins as either arrow up and down. Could you still remember the arrow up and down? Could you still remember the arrow up and down?
Yes.
Was that
The spin orbitals or the orbitals.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is actually the Pauli's exclusion principle. Hund's rule. Okay. When filling up electrons in degenerate orbitals, each orbital is filled with a single electron with the same spin before pairing it with the opposite spin. This is called the Hund's or Hund's rule. Okay? Diba, when we fill up the orbitals, we fill them up equally first. Okay? With the arrow up. Correct? The one we discussed last meeting, last week. Diba? Just like this one ba? Okay. Let's take this for example. Okay. Or erase this one. Okay. Let's have the element sodium, which has an atomic number of 11. Okay, sodium. I'll just get my pen. Okay, sodium. Na has atomic number of 11. So the atomic configuration of sodium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, correct?
Yes, sir.
S1, correct? Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So again, in the s suborbital or subshell, how many orbitals in the s subshell? We have 1. Naglibog na mi, sir. Naglibog na mo? S has an orbital of 1. Okay? Arrow up and arrow down because we have 2 electrons. Okay? 2s again has an orbital of 1, arrow up and arrow down. Could you still remember this one? 2p6 P has how many orbitals? We have 3.
3.
Diba 3? Sakto ba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay, 3. Why 3? Because it needs to be filled up. This is now the Hund's rule. Fill up with the same electrodes. Followed by, okay, that is 2p6. How about 2p5? How can you write 2p5? And again, S. In the last one, 3s, S has an orbital of 1, right? Yeah, sure, this is only one, correct? So, it is only arrow up. How about you will write P, okay? Like 5P5, for example. 5P5. How many orbitals does a P contain? We have, how many orbitals does a P contain? We have
3.
orbital. 3. Correct. Because it can hold up to the maximum number of 6 electrons, correct? So, how can
Yes,
you
sir.
write 5P5? Kung saan mo ito pagsulat sa 5P5? Based on Hund's rule.
Up, down, up, down.
Up, down, up, down. Again, based on Hund's rule, you need to fill up each box with the same electrons. Correct? Sakto? Hund's rule? According to Hund's rule, you need to fill up with the same electrons first before filling it up with alternating electrons. Diba? Ningon siya? Okay? 1, 2, 3. It's already 3. 4, 5. And that's it. That's P5, 5P5. Okay? Am I making this clear? Grade 9?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go back to the discussion. Okay. We are done with Pauli's exclusion principle. Hund's rule. Atom. Okay. Let's move now to atom. Although atom is the basic unit of matter that consists of dense nucleus and positively charged protons, neutrons, and electrons, okay, it is actually composed of those three. Protons is positively charged, neutrons is neutral, it doesn't contain any charges, and electrons is negatively charged, okay, which is surrounded by a cloud of negatively charged electrons. If an atom has the same number of protons and electrons, it is electronically neutral. Okay, however, if the total number of electrons does not equal to its number of protons, the atom has a net electrical charge. What does it mean? Okay, when you're talking about atom, the number of electrons and the number of neutrons is equal. But, however, if the number of electrons exceed the protons, tendency is the element now is unstable or it needs to be paired. Okay? Some of them are highly radioactive. Okay? Let's clarify that one in the middle of the discussion. Any atom or molecule with a net charge, either positive or negative, is known as an ion. Again, ionic or ions need to be bonded with another element. The bond there is called ionic bonding. Okay, it's ionic bonding. An ion consisting of a single atom is called a monoatomic ion. Mono means one. An ion consisting of two or more atoms is referred to as polyatomic ion. The positive electric charge of a proton is equal to the magnitude to the negative charge of an electron. Therefore, the net electric charge of an ion is equal to its number of protons minus the number of electrons. So we will tackle that one. Okay, we will do that one actually. Ions are highly reactive species. They are generally found in the gaseous state and do not occur in abundance on Earth. Ions in liquid or solid state are produced when salts interact with their solvents. Okay? They are repelled by like electric charges and are attracted to opposite charges. What does it mean? In ions, we have two, positively charged and negatively charged. The positively charged is called cation. Okay, cation. The negatively charged is called anion. Okay. An ion is an atom or molecule that has a net electrical charge since the charge of electron, considered as negative by convention, is equal to the opposite to that of proton, considered as positive. Okay. The net charge of an ion is non-zero due to its total number of electrons being unequal to its number of protons. Okay. Ions, if you're going to um, subtract, okay, if it is equal, the number of protons and the number of electrons is equal, therefore the net charge should be 0. But in this case, ion has a net charge of a non-zero, meaning to say that it's either the positively charge or the negatively charge is higher. Okay? One of those characteristics is higher, therefore the answer is a non-zero. Okay? The number of electrons being unequal to its total number of protons. Okay? A cation, take note, is a positively charged ion. Okay? With fewer electrons than protons. If electrons are fewer and then protons is has if it contains more protons than electrons, it is called a cation. Because if you're going to um, deduct or subtract the positive charge to negative charge, the result is non-zero, higher. So here in a cation, the electrons or the positive charge electrons is higher than the negatively charged electrons. Okay? While an ion is a negatively charged ion with more electrons than protons. Okay? Again, when you say cation, it is positively charged. Okay? When you say cation, it is positively charged. Mas daghan ang protons. Okay? When you say an ion, it is negatively charged. Mas daghan ang electrons. As simple as that. Because of their opposite electric charges, cation and anion attract each other and readily form an ionic compound. Okay, this is now called ionic bonding. Okay, this is now called ionic bonding. Types of ions. There are special types of ions. An ion have more electrons than protons, so have a net negative charge. But ions have more protons than electrons, so they have a net positive charge. Deuterions are neutral, okay, and have both positive and negative charge at different locations throughout a molecule. An ion is generally larger than the parent molecule or atom. By the way, talking about atom, talking about protons, neutrons, and electrons, what is the smallest particle of an atom? Very nice.
Proton.
Proton? No? Any other answer? What is the smallest particle of an atom? Smaller than a proton, neutron, or electron? It is called
Electron?
electron. It is called what? Smaller than a proton, neutrons, or electrons. It is called quarks.
Helium, sir.
Helium is an element. Quarks. So that is smaller than a proton, neutrons, and electrons. Meaning to say that quarks are actually located inside the proton, neutrons, and electrons. Okay?